All right, 12-3, permutations and combinations. Okay, so the first example is fundamental counting principle. There's always one question like this on the ACT. So if you're a junior and taking the ACT, you will be asked a question similar to this first example. We have a car that Miss Garcia is buying, and it comes with the choice of 3 trim lines, 2 types of transmission, and 8 colors. We want to know how many different option packages does Miss Garcia have to choose from. So if we had all day long, we could list all of them. So we could say she could have a standard, automatic, in color number 1. So like yellow. I don't know what the 8 colors are. And I could just keep listing them forever and ever. But that would take a while. The fundamental counting principle says that I can take the number of choices. So there's 3, 2, and 8. And if I multiply them together, that gives me the total number of ways that it could be. So in this case, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48 packages. So that would take a while to write out all 48. But the question doesn't ask for all of them. They just want to know how many there are. All right, so again, you better get that question right on the ACT. All right, next question. We're going to look at something called permutations, okay? So up here, this is your main amount of notes that you want to know, like take a picture of, whatever. Permutation means that order matters. Combination means order does not matter. So we're going to look at both of those in action. So let's say you're creating a playlist. And let's say that you do care about the order because you don't want that song that gets you hyped. You don't want that slow, sad song to come on right after it, but it could possibly be on that playlist. So we're going to say that order matters. Okay? We're not just we're not hitting shuffle on our playlist. We actually want it in order. Okay? So if we want it in order for a permutation, think about having 4 favorite songs. Let's say that those songs are called A, B, C, and D. We could reorder them to be B, A, C, D. We could do A, B, D, C, B, A, D, C. Okay, so we get the idea. I'm going to pause there because I'm not trying to write them all out. I just want to know how many. So how many? So what I can do is think about each one as an event. There are 4 songs. There's each song. For the first song, I have 4 different options. Okay? Then song there. I don't know which letter, but there's a song there. I then have 3 more to choose from. Okay? So then I have song there, song there. That means I have 2 songs left to choose from. All right, once I get a song there, I only have 1 to choose from for that last option. And now I have the fundamental counting principle where I can multiply them together. So 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 is 24. There are 24 possibilities. If I start with a number and go all the way down to 1, I could rewrite that as a factorial. That's an exclamation mark. Goes back to the mathematicians being lazy. So instead of writing all of this out, they would just do 4 factorial. Okay. I also have one more option. And this one will help you with the calculator. So P stands for permutation. I have 4 songs, and I'm going to choose 4 of them as a permutation. So why would I ever do that is because on my calculator, so I'm going to open Desmos Scientific. Desmos Scientific. And I go over to functions. I have the NPR button. Okay. And then I go back to my numbers and I do 4, 4. Hey, 24. Notice that's the same answer we got before. So our calculator can do the work for us as well. Also notice that there is a factorial button. So if I do 4 factorial, I also get 24. So your calculator can be big help here. Okay. So in this one, I'm only choosing 5 of the 10 most popular songs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm choosing from 10 songs. I choose one of the songs. I then have 9 choices. I choose one of the songs. I then have 8 choices. 7 and 6. Okay. I could also type in my calculator 10P5, which may save myself a little bit of time. So 10, 5, 30,240. Okay, if I multiply those numbers together, I get the same thing. So either way works. Now, with combinations, it's a little different. Combination order does not matter. Okay, that was written at the top, so hopefully you already have that written down. So here's what that looks like. How many ways can a camper choose 5 activities from the 10 available activities at summer camp? So we don't care which one we choose first. We don't care which one we do last. We're just going to choose 5 of them. So what we have to do is take out the repeats. Okay, so if I chose activities 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, even if they're in this order, these 2 things are the same event. That's the difference. These are the same because the order didn't matter. You're just grabbing the 5 activities and going. So there's a formula for it, but we're going to focus on our calculator way. And what we do is use C instead of P. So it's a combination instead of a permutation. So when order does not matter, we use the C instead of the P. And so function in CR 10, 5. Notice that's only 252, whereas the permutation is 30,000. So this takes away all of the repeats. So 252 for combination. Last example. So how could we use this for probability? It says, what is the probability that students' names end with a vowel? So the first thing we have to do is find all the students who end in a vowel. Remember, your vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So Carla, Ella, Leo, Joshua, Alicia, Olivia, Ronaldo, Terrence. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's all of them. So there are 12 students that end in a vowel. And we want to choose 5 of them. Okay. But for our probability, we want to think about how many students are there total. So I count those students up. There's 18 students total. and I'm going to choose 5 of them. So for time's sake, because the video is getting a little longer, I would type 12C5 in my calculator and get 792. I would type in 18C5 in my calculator and get 8568. So 8,568. To find that probability, I could just do division. So I'd get 0.0924, which is approximately 9.24%. So try those in your calculator, make sure you get those numbers and where they came from, and then you are finished.